Hi again, welcome to day 2 of our Lana sew along. Today we are working on constructing our cups and finishing up our neckline. So the pieces you'll need are side cup, front cup, and then your either picot, your fold over elastic, whatever you're using to finish off your neckline. First part of this video, I'm going to show you how to construct a fabric Lana, and then in the second part I'm going to show you the difference for if you're doing a lace version. So it's not actually going to be lace in the video, you'll see this black floral. So when that comes up, you'll know that that's to simulate the lace version. So our first step is to baste our cut pieces together. This white floral is going to be my main fabric, and then I'm using this burgundy floral to hopefully show you a good contrast. So put your cups right side together, and if you're not sure which way they should be facing up, check them against the text on the cup. So you can see this is the correct way to have it, and you can check it on the opposite piece too, just to make sure your cups are facing the right direction. So we'll baste these lining cut pieces. And then we will baste our main cut pieces. And now that you've got both sides basted, you need to stack them. So put your lining pieces down first, and you should have your side cup right side up and your front cup right side down, and then you will stack your main cut pieces on top. So match up your front cut pieces and then your side cut pieces, and I'll clip it and then I'll show you the layers again. So we have main side cup, main front cup, lining front cup, and lining side cup in that order. So we're going to go ahead and baste them. And this is a great time to stop and double check your seams. When you open it up, your seam should be completely enclosed. This is the lining side, and you can see my seam is closed in there. There's the seam, and this is what it looks like from the front. If your seam looks good, you are all set to switch back to a zigzag stitch for construction, and we will construct this part of the cups with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. If you're using the foam, you'll use a 1/4 inch seam allowance per the tutorial. And I'm just going to trim that seam allowance down a little bit to reduce some of the bulk. If you're attaching the foam and you're having a hard time, I did a quick video in our Sew Along group on Facebook that you can check out that may help you with the construction of that part. So I've trimmed my seam allowance down. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to top stitch my seam allowance toward the side cup. So just do a quick top stitch again with the zigzag stitch. So I have it all top stitched and I'm ready to attach my elastic. I'm going to just do a small basting stitch just along this front neckline here, just to keep my layers together. Back to the zigzag stitch to attach my elastic. And remember, for most fabric versions, you're going to attach only to the front neckline for right now. If you were trying to use up smaller scraps of elastic or things like that, you could attach it per the lace tutorial instructions and it would still work fine. You would just follow the lace directions in the tutorial and it'll still work just fine. Okay, and now we need to fold over the elastic. And I'm just going to clip it quickly. This is also a good time to make sure that you don't miss any layers. It's so easy for those layers to slip out. I'm just going to trim a little bit of extra off. I'm going to leave it on this side for now, so I have a little something to grab onto. Okay, and we'll go ahead and attach that with the zigzag stitch again. You can remove your basting stitches and then repeat for the opposite cup side, but other than that, you are all set for tomorrow's steps. You're going to match your cups up. So you need a side cup and a front cup, and I'm going to put them right sides together. And it should match up, you should be matching up the curved edge. So you can go ahead and put a clip there. We'll base them in just a little bit, but I want to get them all pinned just to make sure that we're not sewing the wrong piece to the wrong side, because it's very easy to do that. And then we'll sew the other cup. Again, match up the curved edge. Not sew it yet, we'll clip it. So that one is clipped, and then do the same for your lining pieces. Make sure you match up the curved edge. Okay, just like that. And then your last lining pieces, we'll clip those together. So now we're going to go ahead and baste with right sides together. We're going to baste along that curved edge. And again, make sure you have right sides together. If you wanted to, you could use a piece of tissue paper. Since those delicate fabrics can sometimes be finicky to sew. and then you can set that to the side. We'll fix the other pieces. Do the same for your main fabrics. Remember to do right sides together. And then for construction, you want to switch back to your zigzag stitch. We're going to layer your cups. So it should look like this for your stack. You should have your main side cup with right side up, your main front cup with right side down, your lining front cup with wrong side down, and then your lining main cup, or side cup, sorry, with wrong side up. Stack just like that. And then we'll go ahead and pin or clip along the curved edge and do that for both cups. And this is a perfect time to make sure that you did cut mirror images, because you can see my pieces match up perfectly. So my side cut pieces match up, and then if you flip those, you can see my front pieces match up. Okay, if you have extra pieces hanging off, or if it looks like this where there's an extra piece sticking out, it probably means you either cut two of the same side, or you didn't cut mirror images, or you just accidentally switched them somehow. So now, before you attach them, is a great time to double check that. Once you've pinned or clipped your cups together, you're ready to stitch them. Make sure you are using the recommended zigzag stitch recommendations. I think it's on page 3 of the tutorial. Let me check. Page 5. The bottom of page 5 will tell you the stitches to use for each step. Now, if you're adding foam, your seam allowance is different. It's a 1/4 inch seam allowance if you're adding foam, but we are going to use a 3/8 inch seam allowance here. And you can see when I open it up, there's my main cup. And then when I turn it around, there's my lining cup. So we'll do the other side. And then you can trim your seam allowance if you want. I'm just going to trim it down a little bit. Just so there's less bulk. And because my power mesh is see-through, so it'll just give it a little bit of a nicer finish. One of your options is to top stitch along the side cup, kind of right here down the center seam of the cup. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but again, it's optional. You don't have to if you don't want to. Then I'll set that to the side. And then I've already trimmed the seam allowance for this one, so I'll go ahead and stitch it up. Just make sure that when you stitch it, that you have opened up the lining so that you're not accidentally sewing both of the lining pieces to one side. That would not be good. After you've top stitched, you're going to finish the neckline. So I'm using fold over elastic. So first I'm going to stitch the side cups and then I'll do the front cups, that edge. And you can see on my elastic, I'm doing exactly as the name suggests, and it's folded over that raw edge. And then we'll do the front cup neckline. And remember, you shouldn't need to stretch your elastic. It should be a 1-to-1 fit. It's okay if it's slightly taut, but you don't want it to be pulled super tight. Otherwise, it's going to be really uncomfortable for you when you go to try to wear it. I'll go ahead and sew the other side. And you can set back up to the side and we'll do the opposite side. Fold that over to enclose the raw edge. Trim that little extra off. And then go ahead and take care of the side cup. Or the front cup, I already did the side cup for this one. Fold that over to enclose the seam again. saw. And then I like to just quickly heat set the edges of the fold over elastic just so that it doesn't fray or get gross. So now our cups and our neckline are finished and we are ready to head into day 3. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.